just not the one way above me. Me never change for nobody, and me not gonna change for no money. Me no play no games, got me only put me trust in a hey. From morning, we a hustle and put we all in. When we work, we not free.
You're listening to the sounds of Chino. Chino McGregor. We have a minute remaining before it's all about RTS. Road to Success, the journey. Today, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. On the road to success, we journey with reggae and dancehall artists, also Grammy Award-winning songwriter and composer, Daniel Chino McGregor.
Change, never, 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 never. Change, never, 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 never.
Don't forget that the hour 12 noon to 1 p.m. is brought to you by Pepsi. Blast your Jamaican flavor.
From me a little youth, one thing my mother tell me.
Radio.
She said, don't take up where you can, man. And she said, nothing navy. So me listen what my mother said, and me listen clearly. Me never go round me mother teaching, cause she never fail me. She said, no put no woman on your head. 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 She said, no put no woman on your head. 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 No little youth, take in your education, and you nothing make no woman show your meditation. Yield not too many temptation. No follow everything where you see on the television. Me know that topic is a delicate one, but me can't make the youth smash up them reputation. Never said that you could be a celibate man, but some woman have something where mash up many great man. To live all of the days of your life on medication, and not nothing for you celebrate man.
From singing in the school choir to delivering music to fans worldwide, this son of a reggae legend continues to impart his musical wit. Daniel Chino McGregor is a reggae and dancehall artist and also a Grammy Award-winning songwriter and composer. With a career that has been a journey of rhythm, melody, and profound storytelling, Chino has earned his place as a celebrated artist and cultural icon. His music not only sets dance floors on fire, but also sparks important conversations about life, love, and the world. And today we are journeying with none other than Daniel Chino McGregor on the road to success. Chino, welcome and thank you so much for taking time out of a busy schedule to take us on your journey. All right. I'm not hearing you, but I know that you're responding.
You're not hearing me.
Hearing you know, loud and clear.
Okay, here we go.
Right. So I'm saying, thank you so much. I'm seeing the big ship studio. I'm seeing the colors and everything. So thanks for giving us this insight, bringing us inside the studio, especially for the
Yeah, it's
persons who are
only right.
watching
It's
online.
only right. It's only up.
All right, absolutely. So let's kick things off, Chino. We know that, music runs through your veins, undoubtedly. But what was it like for Daniel McGregor as a child, growing up with a celebrity dad and being a part of an overall musical family?
So for me, I didn't see it as, like you said, growing up with a celebrity parent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are aware of his, I guess you'd say, celebrity. But to us, to myself and us, his, offsprings, we just see him as our father. You understand? I mean, the obvious difference is, yeah, we're around the music, we're around his peers, we're around that whole experience. We spend a lot of time backstage or on tour, from an early age. I can remember a lot of times we had to basically take time away from school for like days or whatever, to be on tour with him or,
Mm-hmm.
in specific shows, etc., from a young age. So, we got that early exposure. But overall, we just see him as our father, who just happens to
Mm-hmm.
be a musician. Yeah.
As a child, what was that tour experience like for you? Were you fascinated by it, or as youth you want to do your own thing, so you just kind of find the whole thing boring? What was that like for young Daniel?
It was there was always the genuine love for music. So yeah, there was a fascination in that sense. For me personally, there was no professional aspirations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just love music and just love being around the music and love, you know what I mean? Seeing, what the elders are doing and, you know what I mean? Here, just me being a fan of the music. Yeah.
So, with both parents now having musical background, share with us a life lesson you have learned as
Not
a.
both, let me correct you, not both parents, just one parent.
Did your mom do backup vocals?
No, I think you're referencing Judy Moore, who is actually,
Jackie, I
my,
think there is Miss
no, no, no,
Jackie.
no, 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 no,
Okay,
no,
okay,
my
all right.
dad.
So let's get that. Let's get that up because you speak a lot about your dad. We don't hear too much about your mom.
Yeah, she's not in music. She's a retired nurse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so with your mom as a nurse and your dad being a part of the music, can you remember any life lesson that they shared with you as a child that still resonates with Daniel McGregor, the man today?
I mean, it's not so much a literal lessons where they sit you down and say, "Hey, this,
Mm-hmm.
that, XYZ." It's more so just leading by example, and you know what I mean. Me just observing, you know what I mean. So obviously, family values definitely important. Principles and respect, how you carry yourself, how you deal with people. You know what I mean. We're always seeing our parents sharing and giving. You understand? Just giving to people, you know what I mean, opening the doors to people. Just always giving and helping. And as far as music is concerned, now where with my father now, is always the professional approach to the music and to the career. You understand? Hence, you know what I mean, you see the longevity and you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean, him being the legend and the icon that he is. So, those are a few of the life lessons that, you know what I mean, instill in me up to this day.
I read that as a child, you grew up around legends such as the late Dennis Brown, Marcia Griffiths,
Mhm.
Judy Mowat, like you mentioned, and also the late Gregory Isaacs, among others. Did
Yeah.
any of these interactions influence you in a way that, sort of helped to put your life into perspective?
My life into perspective. I mean, yeah, the interactions, especially with, you know what I mean, like my father and the D Browns and, you know what I mean, a lot of the artists from the Rastafarian faith too. You understand? So the teachings, both just literal teachings or even the teachings through the music, you know what I mean, serve as a guideline for me coming up as from a youth up until now. You understand? So those life teachings kind of, stick with me
Mm-hmm.
and, we kind of adapt those principles and we hold on to them, just to say,
Now,
yeah.
even though you said earlier that you didn't really thought about it
Hmm.
like as a career, like, to do
Yeah.
the music that kind of way, you found
Hmm.
yourself at the age of 9 in the vast prep choir, school's choir.
Yeah.
Given your musical heritage, did you feel like a path in music was inevitable, and did you have like other aspirations?
To be honest, me being in the choir was just something to do because I'm
Mm-hmm.
never interested in a sports. I wasn't interested in playing any football. Never
Mm-hmm.
interested in a track and field. None of them something there. So music was, I mean, the only thing I could identify with. So, hey, them have the choir and them, I mean, draw for me. Okay, fine. Why it is. I mean? But with that was just something to do. It was nothing,
Mm-hmm.
again, there's no professional aspirations to say, yeah, this is what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, my natural personality is, somewhat reserved. So I never really saw myself as being an artist up here in the forefront, performing on
Mm-hmm.
stage in front of thousands of people, cameras in my face. That, I mean? That was never me. You know what I mean? So with that, no, I didn't see being an artist, you know what I mean, in the cards for me. But
But
like you
but
said, the
mm-hmm.
inevitable happened.
Yeah, because even though you feel this way, by the time you were 12, you had somewhat a big performance where you performed at Jamaica House in front of then Prime Minister PJ Patterson. What do you remember about this moment? And did it sort of push away some of your concerns as, you know, being laid back and not seeing yourself out there in the spotlight per se?
Yeah, I mean, again, that whole situation was again, it wasn't just me solely. It was me along with the school choir. So it was
Okay, a
whatever that
group.
event that event was, the choir was performing there for the Prime Minister. You understand? But again, even with that, there was still no professional aspirations. I was just doing this as part of the choir. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so the universe will push you out there, you're still holding on. But we're going to get to that point. So having such a early exposure in music, celebrity dad, and, you know, being around so many musical greats,
Yeah.
what was Daniel McGregor like now in the classroom setting?
Quiet. Yeah, man. Really
But I
super
can see
quiet.
that. I can see that.
Yeah, quiet. We'll stick to, a small circle of friends, and you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, just
Did your
quiet. And
peers treat you any differently? Like, yo, you know, who for son that? I mean, was it like that, and how did you deal with situations like that?
honestly, I can't recall any of that kind of treatment. I mean, yeah, you have some people like, yeah, when them see your father come pick you up at school or come drop
Oh
you off, then
my
yeah,
god.
you know the excitement will come with that. But outside of that, I mean, you know what I mean? Gotta remember we're talking about kids. We're kids, so you know what I mean. We're just all being kids, and you know what I mean, treating each other as kids would. So yeah, majority of that time period, I would say, yeah, I would just be, I'm a quiet person. Um, I remember a lot of times, especially during that whole prep school period, the majority of the evening routines would be big up the great Mr. Gussie Clark, you understand, from Anchor. So his son Billy, we were in the same class together. So the evening routines would be Gussie would pick up myself and Billy from school, take us to the studio, I guess, feed us and would get homework done and everything at the studio. And then my father would eventually come to the studio. And then, I mean, if he's working, then we'll just sit in with in the sessions with him there until he's ready to leave. Then I head back home. So yeah, that was pretty much the routine a lot of the times.
So tell us now how you ended up selecting for Omega Disco sound system. How did that happen?
All right, so that was during high school period now. Because again, there was always the genuine love for music. Um, and you know what I mean, the older I got, the more the love and the passion for music, developed and got stronger. So again, never see myself as being an artist. So okay, yeah, me and a bunch of friends would decide, all right, we're going to start this sound system. You understand? So I was a DJ, I was a selector um, at the time. So that's where I got my selector name was Cappuccino at the time. So that's where that whole thing stemmed from. And yeah, so most of my lunch money we save up on, every Friday or so we're gonna Aquarius or Shelly Power or wherever we're gonna go buy records. You understand? So that within itself to help, looking back in hindsight, that whole experience even helped with my performance, moving forward. So we're grateful for that experience too.
Because while in high school, also you got your first hit song, a collaboration with Kip Rich, Lego the Boy, about
Right.
1990,
So mm-hmm,
around
99, yeah.
1999. How did this experience or first exposure impact your life? One, and two, what was your dad's reaction to the direction that you would have chosen for yourself in terms of being drawn to dancehall?
All right, so let's track back a little bit. So we're talking about high school, early high school
Mm-hmm.
period now, where I found myself writing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Writing, and at that time, like hip hop was a big thing. It was very influential in here in Jamaica. So um, we're in the studio, and in my free time, we got Barry Clark. He's a producer and one of my father's close brethren. So he's a producer here, and on my free time, I serve as like apprentice, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. So I'm in the studio with him, and I take off the 24 track tape, and him like apprentice. So he was in the studio one day. He was working with this singer by the name Maurice Gregory. He's actually the brother of the great legendary Papa San. You understand? Bad singer. So he was recording a song now, and there was an empty 8 bar slot for a verse. So Barry Clark was like, yo, with a tough yeah, so if we'd have like a rapper and do something at this 8 bar.
So
So then
rapper
me
cappuccino step up.
So then me with my little presumptuous self now say, so me no can do it. So I must say, all right, but here I go, quick and fast, right. Pencil out something quick and fast. And so that was actually my very first recording experience. So recorded that now, and was a great experience hearing back yourself, and going through the whole motion of you know that whole thing. So I find myself now start writing and start recording more, writing and recording. But what I was doing, I was rapping. You understand? um I mean, obviously, I knew that wouldn't be the end all for me, but that was me in experimental mode, trying to figure
Mm-hmm.
out,
Mm-hmm.
what direction,
To go
I
in.
would
Mm-hmm.
eventually lead to. So, so keep doing that and doing that eventually. Gary G, Area FM Zone Gary G,
Oh wow, Gary
Um,
pops up again.
yeah, man, Gary in my history books, man. Big up my G. You understand? So he came through now. We had a rhythm called Rhythm of the Night, a juggling rhythm. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought Kiprich, a young Sing J Kiprich, to the studio now. And we connect up, and he expressed, yo, we should do something together. And there was Gary G's rhythm. I would say, all right, you know, we put pen together, and that's where we came up with Lego the Boy. And
Mm-hmm.
that's so happened to
So,
become a hit. My first hit single, I was around 15, thereabout, still in high school.
wow, I'm happy that you clarified that because for some reason I thought your cappuccino rap experience happened when you went to the US, and we're gonna talk about that shortly, and landed a
Yeah.
job around Trina and Trick Daddy. But how did this first hit, Chino, impacted your life as a 15-year-old, and seeing what music can do for you? And in that moment, did it click to you that this could actually be a profession?
Well, I mean, at that point, I already step up to the professional plate, because at this point
Yes.
now, I'm recording over and over and over. So, decide say, yeah, this may I do. So at the point of getting the hit now, I already, buckle down and know, say, yeah, this is it. So, getting the hit. I think I was probably on my last year or so, something like that in high school. And so, who me have a hit song, who knows some artists, them know, who no, just know, say, yo, it's not the regular when they are school with them same way, you know what I mean? But
So
yeah, it was
what
a
did your
great.
dad say? What's your dad said about your first hit, that collab?
No, I mean, prior to the hit, I mean, he was, once he identified that, I was pursuing it professionally, he was always supportive,
Mm-hmm.
of whatever I'm doing. And, open the platform to share the platform too. So, he would, invite me to like open tours for him or shows, etc. You understand? So, like mutual respect to the captain, like from day one, from the jump, he's
Mm-hmm.
always supportive of it. Even when whenever, have it 100% figured out or together. He was always, you know what I mean, sharing the platform and so yeah, salute the captain.
Wow, that is awesome. Now, after graduating high school, you went to the US where you worked with Slip and Slide Records, home to US rappers such as CHINO and Trick Daddy. How did this happen, and what exactly was your role with this organization?
No, I mean, so that period, I mean, like I said, I was rapping. So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you go to where hip hop is bugging, which is the US. You understand? So we're there, and, you know what I mean? We ended up getting in a situation with them, linking up and, you know what I mean, doing some recording. No unofficial signing, that was on the table.
Mm-hmm.
But we was working in the camp. You understand? Um, this was when I, trying to figure it out. And at this time now, at this point, Stephen, my brother, was, you know what I mean, diving headfirst in production, trying to figure out that too also. So
Mm-hmm.
we're kind of working seamlessly together from then. Um, I eventually diverted from that situation because it wasn't musically their direction wasn't where I saw myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of diverted from that situation just because of that. So that's where me and Steve now we decide, all right, we're just gonna do our thing. At this point now, I'm transitioning out of the whole rapping thing now, cause I'm Jamaican, you understand? So at first I
Mm-hmm.
kind of figured a way how to merge it, like mixing the rapping with DJing and singing till eventually I just transition out of that to now I'm just a DJ and somewhat sing Jane. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, and so you also play a few instruments. At what
Mhm.
points of your career did that happen?
I mean, that's a result of just being around musicians.
Mm-hmm.
I always loved the guitar more than anything. So I bought myself a guitar and pretty much taught myself. I got some basics, the basic foundation lessons from the late great Dalton Brownie. You know what I mean? And I bought the first box guitar. You know what I mean? Showed me like some
Mm-hmm.
basics, the notes and you know what I mean, some cards and some stuff. But outside of that, pretty much self-taught. So yeah, I mean, I always knew that it's important for every artist to learn at least one instrument. So, you know what I mean? I you know what I mean, took heed to that. And, you know what I mean? That helped assist with like melodies and things like that. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, yeah, arguably, your biggest song to date, I would
Yeah.
say. What was
hmm
the inspiration behind this track, and how did it come all together?
Wow. The inspiration behind the track. I mean, at the point of creating From Morning, remember we already have there are other hits that was out there. So prior to that, there was Protected. Prior to that, there
Mm-hmm.
was like Call Me Name and Rough It Up and I Forget the Cream and Rave All Night and all of these songs. So, you know what I mean? We were just riding that wave, you know what I mean? And Stephen came up with the track, with the beat, the instrumentation. Stephen was the one that actually came up with
Mm-hmm.
the melodies for the chorus. And you know what I mean? We just collab and figure out the rest from there. You know, just fill in the blanks with, you know what I mean, the words and all of that. And yeah, the rest is
Now,
history.
as you mentioned, protected. There is a line in the track that always resonate with me. It
Yeah.
says, "Hear what them say. Him only boss because him rider for the boss name. When me just a
hmm
boss, me never advertise my last name." How
Yeah.
important was it to you to find your own path and not just be known as the son of reggae legend Freddie McGregor?
No, super important because I knew that once people attach that, then they're immediately going to expect another Freddie McGregor. They're expecting me to do what Freddie McGregor does. They're expecting me to, you know what I mean? So I wanted people to identify me for my talent. You understand? And then eventually discover the family history. You understand? And that played out perfectly. So, you know what I mean? So when I just initially got the break now, people knew me as Chino. There was no McGregor. So a lot of people didn't know the family connections until later. But funny, but backstory with that song though. So that was when again we're riding the wave of, you know what I mean, all the other hits. You know what I mean, the Rough It Ups, the Call Me Names, all these songs. So at this point now I was working on my sophomore Japan exclusive album called Never Change. So Steven gave me a CD with the beat for Protected, with the track, just the track, and the chorus. He hummed the melody. So I had the CD with the track and the melody humming in the chorus. Um, didn't get around to it immediately. So I remember one day we were at home now. We're in my room, and Steven had his laptop, and he was showing me there was this one of them like music dancehall blog sites, and you know what I mean, we were the topic of discussion, and you know what I mean, a lot of people were like cheering us on, yeah, them proud of us and everything that we're doing, and then you have some naysayers know them a beat with bad. They must say, yo, them not good, I just threw them father rate, so you know what I mean, honestly that made me feel some type of way, you know. So Stephen eventually left, and I was there now by myself in the room, and I put in the CD and I pressed play. And when the rhythm started, the first thing come to my mind was, hear what them say. Him only boss because him ride off of the boss name. When me just a boss, me never advertise my last name. So that's how that came about. Like I literally wrote that song out of anger. And yeah, that's one of the realest songs I ever wrote.
Now, what is that synergy like between you and your little brother, Stephen, the genius, like they call him, and you who would have started out before him? How is that vibe like? Because we know the industry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, that's not the case. Actually, Stephen started. A lot of people don't know Stephen started as a professional artist first before
Okay.
becoming a, yeah. Stephen have like from the age of like 5. Stephen
I
have,
know
yeah.
he shared his journey on the road to success, but he
All right.
didn't mention the part where he's an artist, I think. Like that's what he wanted to do initially.
Yeah. So from 5, he had a song called "School Done Rule." Um, you know what I mean? Which had visuals and everything. That's probably on YouTube or something. You can find that. So Stephen was an artist first. You know what I mean? Then eventually, you know what I mean, he segued into being behind the scenes. So in terms of the synergy with me and him now, I mean, we always have that bond because I mean we share the same mother and father. So I guess that would um attribute somewhat to, you know what I mean, how close we are. So like even in the younger days now, so me and Stephen would do like little what do you call living room concerts now, right? So again, at this point, for me anyway, there was no professional aspirations. We were just emulating what we see in the elders do. So we'll just pop in the VHS tapes and I watch maybe a Sunsplash or something, and you know what I mean, we'll have so this is the whole setup, right? So you have the you know the butter cookies, the round tin butter cookies, right? All right, so we set up that is a snare drum. That is a snare in the drum kit, right? You have the board hanger. So we take off that. So the 2 board pieces that are the
Yeah,
drumstick, the
drumsticks.
metal pieces that are the hi-hat, right?
Oh
And then
wow.
the couch I gotta feel it. Some way we had a tennis racket in the house, I don't know how. So take that, put a belt through it, and have a kind that are the
Oh my
guitar.
goodness.
Then you have the map stick and the little round roll-on bottle, that's the microphone, right? Then we'll take like a old shirt or something, black shirt or something, and you cut it up in pieces and tie it around that our natty. See it? So so we have that set up and we literally we just mimicking what we seen like my father, Dennis Brown or Bob Marley or all of that doing. you know what I mean, and his tapes, and we're just having fun. But again, not knowing this would be like training for what would be what we're doing now. You
No,
understand?
absolutely. I
So,
totally can relate. And that is why when parents see their children doing things like that, you have to leave them alone. Because I remember days when my sister, who is now an assistant vice principal, was beating cocoa leaves, playing school, and I was just
mm,
talking on my hairbrush, pretending I was on the radio. So I totally can
wow,
relate. I
wow, wow,
totally
wow.
can relate to your story. We're going to
Mhm.
take a quick break for Cashpot. Don't go anywhere. Stick and stay. Listen up, your top draw dollars. Pick two, pick three, pick four. Hot pick and Cashpot. Lunchtime draws up next. If you're just joining, we're on the road to success and we're journeying with none other than CHINO McGregor.
When them a hype out and a fight out the think me wouldn't find out. Now why you shine bright, them why you lights out. Fly them out, try fi style it like joke. No love life, them love likes and like cloud. Pray for your flight, blow up when time you fly out. Good thing me no like God, gotta guide us. Your landmark, Jah protect me, Jah bless me.
There's lottery games. This could be your lucky day. Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, October 5, 2023. I'm Sydney, and welcome to this afternoon's Supreme Ventures live game draw. Now, before we begin, here's a quick look at the mid-morning winning numbers. Please do remember that all live draws are being supervised by the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Now, want to win money upon top of money? Buy a $50 top draw ticket for a chance to win $200,000 up to $1 million every day. Now, the top draw jackpot is back at $200,000, so congrats to the mid-morning winner. And here are the winning top draw numbers. And here we go. The first winning top draw number this afternoon is 22. Coming down next, we have ball number 5. The third winning number making its way down is 11. And following is the number 15. Now for that $200,000, you're gonna need the number 8. And now let's pick a play with our dollars game. I do hope you're feeling lucky. Get those tickets out. Your first winning dollars number coming down is a solid number 10. Next up, we have the number 3. And following 3 is a solid 30. Now the fourth winning number making its way down is 28. And coming down after that is lucky number 1. Now we're halfway there this afternoon with the number 32. And following 32, what's it going to be? It's the number 36. Coming down slowly but surely is 26. And what's after that? It's the number 11. Next up is number 8. And coming down, we have 25. Now we're going to wrap things up in our dollars game with the number 29. And now for some easy winnings with our Pick 2 game. Let's play. And here we go. The first winning pick 2 number is 27. The second winning pick 2 number is 21. So once again, the winning pick 2 numbers are 27 and 21. And of course, up next, you can play it 3 ways. It's our pick 3 game. Here we go. The first winning pick 3 number is 7. The second winning number, we have 2. And the third and final winning pick 3 number, here it comes, is 5. So once again, the winning pick 3 numbers are 7, 2, and the number 5. And now it's time to turn up your winnings. So get ready for pick 4. And here we go. The first winning pick 4 number is lucky number 7. The second winning number is another 7. The third winning number, here it comes, is 6. And the fourth and final number coming up is 4. So once again, the winning pick 4 numbers are 7, 7, 6, and the number 4. Now this one is easy for win. So let's heat things up with hot pick. And here we go. The balls are bubbling up. Now this afternoon's winning hot pick number is 4. Congratulations to all hot pick winners. Again, the winning number is 4. Now, the Super Train's still a run, and for this week's Super Train, you can win $290 for every $10 bet for both cash pots and money time, including 0 and 00. So get your tickets now. Let's get ready to play our cash pot game for Thursday, October 5, 2023. Now, you live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big cash pot winner, and let's see what the winning cash pot number will be. And here we go. This afternoon's winning cash pot number is 8. Congratulations to all cash pot winners. Again, the winning number is 8. Now, let's mega your winnings, and good luck. And here we go. What's it going to be this afternoon? And a white ball has been selected. And now it's time for the monster winnings. So good luck once more. Here it comes. What's it going to be? Will it be white or red? And the white ball has been selected. So remember to go mega and monster 6 times per day for cash pot for more chances to win. Again, the winning cash pot number is 8. The lucky mark is belly. And for mega, a white ball was selected for pick 3, pick 4, cash pot, and hot pick. And for monster, the white ball was selected for cash pot. Now let's take a look at this afternoon's winning numbers. And again, congratulations to everyone who won. Do join us again at 3 p.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Sydney. Have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
That was the lunchtime top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in hot pick and cash pot special pot draws. So if you're just joining us, we are on the road to success and we're journeying with none other than CHINO McGregor. Now, CHINO, we know that you can both DJ and sing, and you do it exceptionally well. And we saw this long before Reggae Sumfest, but Reggae Sumfest performing with your dad actually cemented it for a lot of people who did not know the levels of your talent. Which do you feel more comfortable doing? And what's your plan going in the future? Will you be giving your fans a bit of both? And just personally, which do you prefer?
Honestly, I don't think there's any preference because both come pretty natural to me. So there's no preference. It just depends on the project. You know what I mean? So whatever project I'm working on, then, you know what I mean, it calls for more of this or more of that. But I mean, I love pushing the envelope where lyricism is concerned. You know what I mean? Because, you know, my slogan is lyrics over gimmicks. You know, so I strongly believe in that. But I also love vocals. I love singing. I love melodies. I love pushing the envelope, you know what I mean, with harmonies and all these things. So there's not much preference. I mean, if you come through my discography, especially in the past several years, the past few years, you'll see a lot of singing songs. You know what I mean? But like you said, a lot of people, they're now surprised when they see, you know what I mean, recent performances and things. But, you know what I mean, I've been doing this, you know. But as far as what's in the cards moving forward, so the most immediate project is The Sound of the Ship. You understand? That's a collaborative EP between myself and Stephen. So that's me and him performing on every single track. That's him on all the production. So the first single is out. It's called Look a Girl. We premiered that on Sumfest. Then we released the single and the video right after. So now we're up to, last time I checked, it was, I guess, almost 800,000 views. And, you know what I mean, the streams are doing pretty good on that. So we're gearing up to release the follow-up single now and then drop the EP in its entirety. So I'm really excited about that one. Trust me, that will be a special project.
All right. I mean, it sounds really great. I've been playing Look a Girl, and I love how the song itself was done, because don't take it at face value. It's not necessarily telling somebody to go and look a girl, but I'll allow you to expound on why you and your brother felt that it was necessary to do the song in this type of way while still sending a message and highlighting issues that are affecting Jamaica as it relates to crime and violence.
Well, I mean, to simply put, it's a light way to relay a serious message. You understand? So I feel like majority of the music coming out of Jamaica for the past several years kind of heavy and dark and tense. You know what I mean? I mean, which is cool. We need some of that, but we need the balance. You understand? So I think it serves as a mode of lightening the mood too. You understand? Because it's a fun track. It's a happy track. There's humor in it. There's all of that. You understand? But again, there's still a serious message. So hence why even with the music video, went the route of adding a lot of comedic elements in it. So big up Dale Elliott, you know what I mean? He played a major role in that. So, you know what I mean? So we didn't want it to be like too serious and strict, you know what I mean? So I think we did a good job where that is concerned. And I actually I'm seeing the response from the fans. You know what I mean? Generally, like, I don't really comb through comments and stuff like that. But when you look through all the hundreds of comments under the video, like, there's not one negative comment. And everybody is saying, oh, this is so refreshing. The music needed this, that, and the third. So I think we're on the right track. And so far, so good.
No, absolutely. And speaking about so far so good, let's just wheel back a little to Reggae Sumfest. Epic performance, absolutely historic. But what was most memorable for you, Chino, during that set that really resonated with fans? People were crying. It was just powerful and heartfelt.
I mean, what was most memorable? Wow. I mean, just being on the stage, just doing what we came there to do, and, you know what I mean, mission accomplished. You know what I mean, there was a lot, especially from my end, a lot of preparations and things that, you know what I mean, leading up to that. Like, when you see me on that stage, like, I'm literally running off of, like, around 48 hours, no sleep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been running, doing rehearsals, all of that. We came straight from Japan, straight to the US, no sleep, straight from there, straight to Montego Bay, then up and running, you know what I mean, because I'm wearing several hats. I am, you know what I mean, wearing the performer hat. I am wearing the travel arranger hat. I'm wearing the producer, stage manager hat, the designator hat, all of that. You know what I mean? So
you are also wearing the sun hat, because during the performance I realized that your dad he looked for you a lot, and he at some point he would say Chino, he was relying heavily on you, and I figured that was probably part of how the rehearsal go. Talk to us a little bit about that, and perhaps give us some insights to the preparation process and what happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, rehearsals, but I mean, him count on me for, deliver, because, him know, where him fall short or where he's not so strong or powerful.
Or able to.
I can fill that void. So, a lot of what you saw on stage, yes, some of it was rehearsed, some of it was impromptu. So some of it was literally us just, reading each other and know, say, all right, yeah, make me jump in here. So, all right, Stephen, you take here. So, some of that was just impromptu on stage. And, I always say God no make mistake, and everything happened for a reason, and everything happened how it was meant to happen. And I think that moment went down as, a historical moment in reggae music. That will never be forgotten.
Do
Yeah,
you
for sure.
do you think that your dad's medical scare brought everybody like closer together as a family? Because yes, everyone has their individual careers and living in different states, and life
Yeah,
happens. But
yeah.
would you say that brought the family back together, full focus in a way?
Yeah, I mean, we're always close and tight knit, you understand? But of course, with a medical scare, then, it inevitably have to draw everybody closer. And, being the person who he is, because he's the glue, And, what we're doing for him isn't anything that he wouldn't do for us or anybody else. You understand? So, us doing what we're doing on stage with him and every 2 hour, all right, let's go. We're here to support it and accommodate what needs to be done. You understand? So yeah.
You
Yeah.
made that happen. And I think I've said this on the buzz before, that for me, with the exception of the Marleys, I think I can't think of another reggae family with such a vast catalog of classics where the next generation is exceptionally talented and can successfully launch a world tour from the work put in by their dad. You This is just, in my opinion, reggae royalty. And I'm sure you may have persons who disagree, but from your vantage point, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I totally agree. And the beauty about that situation is the fact that he's actually alive. You know what I mean? So most um royal families, so to speak, um, most times with that situation, the first generation um, legend isn't around. So it's after the fact the kids step up and, come to their glory. The difference with us now is my father is alive and active with his extensive and solid catalog, while we have our individual catalog and fan base. So when we all come together, and perform on stage, you're getting our crow, our fan base, you're getting his fan base, everybody come together like one melting pot. So it's a joy. And then the fact that we can do our set and we can also do his set too. You understand? So
And not just
that
do
is
it
a
like you try a thing. Do it like the real proper way, because your
man.
dad's hits are historic. People love it. And you know how people are when them latch on and love a song. You have to can do it good and do it live. And
Yeah,
you were able to do that. And watching online live and seeing the comments and just how shocked a lot of persons were, I just felt really proud for the family, for you and your brother, and also Freddie. But you know what I want to ask you though, Chino?
Yeah.
Whether you are on stage at an event or in your music video, one thing we can guarantee, Chino's fashion is going to be on fleek. Now,
Hey,
can
thank
you
you.
share, look, you and your brother, dapper on stage that night, but can you share any fashion trends or styles that have inspired your looks, whether for stage, music videos, or otherwise?
That's an interesting question. I don't really follow trends per se. Um, I like classy looks. You understand? Yeah, I don't like to be in what everybody else is in. Um, Obviously, with my personality, I'm not gonna be in anything too, over
The
outgoing
top.
or you know what I mean. So simplicity for me, but with class though. Yeah,
All
for sure.
right. All right, stick and stay. We're going to be right back after this break.
Thank you.
It's 1:15 p.m. Lunchtime is Mother's time. Burgers, sandwiches, soup, and more. Mother's makes all day delicious.
Take a good look at your Sagicor Bank credit card. Do you see the Acropolis of Athens? The picture-perfect beaches of Crete? Use your Sagicor Bank credit card and you could discover the magic of Greece. Get a chance to win a luxury trip for two to Greece when you spend with your Sagicor Bank Gold and Platinum credit card until November 25, 2023. The more you spend, the more chances to discover Greece. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Visit Sagicor.com to learn more.
Reggae and dancehall heroes are all in one place this Heroes Weekend when Alliance and Club 1738 present the ultimate full party.
Motion.
All locally to the Boris Community Center in Manchester, Saturday, August 14. Bounty Killer, Baby Sham, and Dexter Daps. But we're not done yet. Richie Stevens, Ghost, Nitty Kutchi, and more. Tickets available at Fontana Pharmacy Mandeville, Heaven's Fresco in Mandeville, Creative Barbers in Mandeville, Karam Prasad's Hardware in Porus, Mexico Gas Station in Porus, Fireside Restaurant in Tolga, and Barber Blacks in Christian.
8 Rivers Ultra Lounge presents 8 Rivers Beach Party, Hawaiian Luha. This Heroes Weekend, Sunday, October 15 at Marley Beach, Saint Mary. Music by Illusion Sound, Fire Reds, DJ Mac, and DJ Bubba. General admission $3,000, VIP $4,500. Party starts 3 p.m. sharp. Ladies, come out before 5 p.m. to get your free gift bags with free neck fans and hookah. It's a food-inclusive event. Must be 18 and over to drink. Drink responsibly. ID required. I beg a look from a pretty shirt to the flowers and pony because I go into this event.
Here are a few simple facts about Postinor, the emergency contraceptive pill of choice. Postinor works by stopping the release or preventing the fertilization of an egg. It can be used within 72 hours of intimacy, but is 95% effective if taken within 24 hours. Postinor should not be used as a regular contraceptive, but can be purchased ahead of time for use if the situation arises. Postinor, just to be sure, ask your pharmacist for it by name. Distributed by Medimpex Jamaica Limited and Medimpex West Indies Limited.
Wanna move, wanna ready. Where's the daughter you travel with me today?
Make sure say red plate the pan it, you know. I'm not travel with you.
There's some anything legit.
That's it. Red plate operators, it's your time to take the spotlight.
IRFM is giving all red plate operators a chance to win big in Red Plate Spotlight.
Just submit your red plate via a WhatsApp picture to 876-350-2838 and listen to IRFM Mondays to Fridays between 6 a.m. and noon, as well as between 7 to 8 p.m. Mondays and Fridays to hear if your plate will be announced to win at least $10,000.
Once announced, you will have 20 minutes to claim your winnings, which goes up by $10,000 every time someone fails to claim.
You don't have to submit your plate more than once, because once submitted, it remains a possible candidate for every draw until drawn.
No name, phone numbers, or address needed. Only red plate pictures required. That's Red Plate Spotlight this and every weekday, and twice on Mondays and Fridays on the nation's #1 IRFM. Red Plate Spotlight is brought to you by
Tiles R Us Limited, Ballards Valley, St. Elizabeth. For all your tiles and bathroom fixtures, call 965-1896. Tiles R Us.
Android Market Sales and Services, 8 Arbor Street and Icon Mall, Fairview, Montego Bay. Inside Megamart Kingston and Shop 13 Beckford Plaza, Savannah Lamar. Android Market Sales and Services, where innovation comes from all directions. Sparkles Auto Parts, automotive store where you get everything for your vehicle. Extreme engine coolant in oil-based and water-based. Now available. Visit shop number 2, Rexo Plaza, Outer Rios, or call 784-9955. Little Ochi Seafood Restaurant, boasting the Caribbean's widest seafood menu. Alligator Pond, Manchester. Call 852-6430. Little Tough Production promoting new single In a Little Jamaica Ya by Devon Morgan from Tough Wave Rhythm. Now available on all digital platforms. Go have a listen.
In a little Jamaica Ya, where the bills are high and no money to buy, and every day another you die. In a little Jamaica Ya. Oh. in a little Jamaica, yeah.
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome back. We are on the road to success and we're journeying with none other than CHINO McGregor. So, CHINO, you spoke briefly earlier about the collaborative project with your brother, Stephen. What about your sister, Yashima Beth? I mean, she does music as well. Will she be incorporated in that project or what can we look forward to with her?
Yeah, man, the whole ship outside right now, man. So you can expect a lot from Shima as well. Also from the captain, you know what I mean? So even going into the new year, you know what I mean? Just expect a lot from the whole camp. You understand? So we're outside.
All right,
Ship
nice,
is
nice.
outside.
No, you also mentioned earlier that, you know, you kind of alluded to the darkness in the music and why it actually propelled you and your brother to do Look a Girl the way you did it. In the current musical landscape, what do you believe are the biggest challenges and opportunities for dancehall and reggae music, and especially somebody who has toured extensively?
The challenges and opportunities. So I think we're in a good space now. I see the cycle coming back around again, like we saw in the 80s and the 90s, where you see a lot of labels coming in now to sign artists and things. You understand? So it's just a matter of us to just sharpen our skills and, you know what I mean, make sure we can present the best product out there when, you know what I mean, these situations arise itself. So, I mean, I would just advise everybody to try and take, you know, a professional approach and don't shortchange the music. Don't shortchange the music. Never try to shortchange the music. And don't just think about Jamaica full stop. Yeah, we still have to keep the root and the foundation, which is Jamaica, which is reggae, which is dancehall. But don't just think, you know what I mean? Choose broad subject matters. You understand? Don't just think about where take place in your lane or around your NZS or whatever. You understand? Choose broad subject matters that the world can relate to. So, case in point, Afrobeat. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people cussing and I say, boy, Afrobeat, them teeth, dancehall and riri. But the difference, one of the main differences with them versus us is they're making a lot of ear-friendly music. You understand? It's friendly to the ear. So it has that worldwide appeal. You understand? And the subject matters, it's happy. You understand? So even people who don't understand the language, like they can relate to it, they can sing back the melodies. So it's simple. We need to pay attention to winning formulas. It's not that difficult. You know what I mean? This formula work, this formula work, this formula work. So pay attention to it and, you know what I mean, just adapt it to whatever you're doing.
All right. Now, let's talk about CHINO, the family man. How do you balance music and your children and ensure that, you know, you are being the dad that you want to be?
Yeah, I mean, it can be a challenging balancing act sometimes, especially when the workload get heavy and, you know, the distance and all of that. But, you know what I mean, I try my best to do a good enough balancing and juggling act. And they understand the work and, you know what I mean, all that it comes with. But, you know what I mean, when I'm with them, you know what I mean, I kind of switch off artist mode. I mean, except for when, you know what I mean, we're on the road together and somebody, you know what I mean, a fan or something, and they'll be the ones who have to take a picture or something. But, yeah, I mean, I try to be the same parent that my father was or is, in terms of, you know what I mean, still being active, still being busy out there, but still, you know what I mean, making
Finding
the time to be present. Yeah.
What advice would you give to parents who are listening and they are having difficulties co-parenting? Because we know how it is sometimes when relationships fall apart and go through the cracks. And for the sake of the child, you have to communicate and you have to ensure, you know, that they are okay. What advice would you give to those persons who are having challenges?
I would say put personal issues aside. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, especially in the initial separation period. But at the end of the day, you have to just approach it as adults. And it's not about you or the other person. You know what I mean? It's about the child and what's in the best interest of the child. Because remember, when you could have deal like you both are connected and attached to each other for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? So for the rest of your lives, you will both have to come together and make decisions. You know what I mean? Even when your child becomes an adult, you know what I mean, you still have to collectively have to make decisions. You know what I mean? When your child decides to get married or whatever the case is. You understand? So just approach it, you know what I mean, from a mature and adult, you know, point of view.
All right. Now, for persons want to know, is your dad okay? Like, how would you describe his health now?
No, man, in general, good man. General
Nice.
good. I mean, obviously it's a stroke, so you know, I mean, he's not 100% there, but I mean, he is like
Healing.
yeah, rapidly too. You understand?
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, anybody who knows him knows that he's a natural warrior. You understand? And him not accept defeat. And you know, I mean, he's strong. His willpower is one of the main thing that's helping him to push forward. So I mean, even our last stint, we did a mini tour in the UK up to when that was around August. So on the last show, like on one of his songs, he just stood up out of the seat. You know what I mean?
I saw that online.
With the crowd, and you know what I mean? That was that was a special night. So that's him just being the strong person he is, and you know him want to show, you know what I mean, people that yeah, we can do this thing, you know. So yeah, man, him coming on strong, and he's now in planning mode for 2024. You understand? So yeah, man, you'll see the captain very
That
soon.
is awesome. We're happy to hear that. Now, for entertainers who are listening, upcoming entertainers, you know, and what advice would you give them as it relates to creating generational wealth, and how important is that on the road to success?
Generational wealth. So you know, we're in a time now where it's easier to make a lot of money in music than it was before. So just invest it wisely. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Everybody want a nice car. Everybody want a nice jewelry. Everybody want, and there's nothing wrong with, you know what I mean, enjoying the fruits of your labor and having all these nice things. But you know what I mean, when you buy this car now, the moment you drive it off the lot, it depreciates in value. You know what I mean? So think about things that will appreciate. You know what I mean? And one of the main things is real estate. You can't lose off of that, you know, for example. And music, there's no guarantee in music. You understand? You could be here today and, you know what I mean, on the top of the world, and anything can happen tomorrow, and that's it. The plug pull. You understand? So just try and have something set up. You know what I mean? Try have a plan B, C, down to Z, if you possibly can. You understand? Because there's no guarantee in music. Like our job is not like a typical 9 to 5. You know what I mean? We don't have a guaranteed check that we're looking forward to on Friday. You understand? Or on a fortnight. You understand? So we have to have that cushion and, you know what I mean, set things in place. So in the event things get slow or, you know what I mean, something happen, your health or whatever, you know what I mean, at least you have that cushion.
And something that we didn't really get a chance to talk about is CHINO McGregor, the songwriter. You know, whether you're writing, co-writing, or producing, you have worked with the likes of Dabil, T.O.K., Wayne Marshall, Elephant Man, Cape Rich, Deli Ranks, and of course, you know, your father, Freddie McGregor. Can you describe your typical approach to writing, and how do you determine, like, you know, which artist you want to give a particular track for, and what do you take into consideration when you're writing for someone?
I mean, when writing for someone, whenever I do that, I mean, you kind of have to study somewhat, study the artist or pay attention. So you put
Mm-hmm.
yourself, you know what I mean, you zone into them, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because you don't necessarily want them to sound like Chino, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you want to you know what I mean, make the most perfect situation for them as possible. And just make it, you know, great. So on this wall here, maybe you can or can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's three Grammy plaques here. There's one from my father. The one in the middle is mine. The one to the end is Stephen. So the mine's there is from Junior Gang Stony Hill album.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Nice.
yeah, it's a big up Gang. So you know, Gang always express, you know what I mean, admiration for my work and you know what I mean, especially my lyricism. You know what I mean, he always mention that I remind him a lot of himself and myself
Mm-hmm.
and Stephen remind him of him and Raga. You understand? So, you know, him always respect the, you know, my writing ability. So I was in Florida. He was working on that project. So, you know, we're there with him, you know, several nights with Stephen and a lot of my brother Stephen and a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
production. And we're just there vibing on, you know, he was working on this particular track and, you know what I mean, I was there and, you know, just assisting with the writing and it was like, yo, this bud, you know what I mean? And I was literally in the booth with him, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just going through it
And
and
it's
make it.
tell people which track it was.
It's a song called Upholstery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard it or you're not familiar with it, go check it out. Upholstery off the Stony Hill project.
Yeah, no, really, really dope writer. But Chino, and I guess your personality, you wouldn't feel any way to say take a back seat per se, because as someone who is used to the spotlight and you're in the spotlight, what kind of transition do you go through when you are taking a back seat? Like, no, you're not the front man. You are now a part of the assisting team, assisting the main act, for want of a better term. How is that process for you?
I don't sure if I don't know if I totally subscribe with that the taking a backseat thing because I mean the work never stopped. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm not
No, not to plug out, just in that moment, because,
okay.
for instance, like you're working on a specific project, like in that
Okay.
moment, like you are still Chino, you are a star, but on that project, like, somebody else has the spotlight.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean that's easy because at the end of the day, you want the best for the music and for the genre and whatever you're doing. You understand? Because if that works and that wins, then it you know what I mean? It affects all of us positively. You understand? So I want the best for that artist, even if it's not my track. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I want the best for that artist. I want the best reggae song out there. I want the best dancehall song out there. Or even if I'm working with people from other genres, I want the best hip hop or R&B track. You understand? Even if it's not my track. You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
it's a joy and honor to, you know what I mean, be able to um, put in my 2 cents and, you know what I mean, my 2 cents so happen to make it, great or greater than, it initially it was.
All right, awesome. And finally, what advice would you give to aspiring dancehall and reggae artists looking to make their mark in the industry?
Looking to make your mark. First and foremost, make sure you're in music for the right reasons. So make sure you love the music. Make sure you're not in the music for what seem to be the perks. You understand? So that's the first advice. Make sure you're in it for the right reasons. And then make sure you study the industry you're in. So just like any other industry, if you're aspiring to be a doctor, then you have to study up medicine. If you're gonna be a mechanic, you have to study up mechanics. You know what I mean? Like any other job. So make sure you study it. And with that, make sure you study what was everything and everyone that was before you. You understand? Study the greats. one of the pros of the time that we're in now. We have technology,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, at our fingertips. So you can go up on YouTube, there's Google, everything you can see that was way before you. And you can learn a lot from what was before you. You understand? And you know, just always try take a professional approach to the music. You understand? And don't never try to shortchange the music. And like I said earlier, when you observe all the greats, there's a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a pattern. So just pick from those patterns and you know what I mean, apply it to what you're doing. You understand? And don't be afraid to experiment either. You understand? Don't make nobody put you in a box. You understand? Don't be afraid. Stick to the root and the foundation, but within that, don't be afraid to experiment. Yeah, man.
All right.
You know what I mean? Just rep the culture and rep it well. Yeah. Because when you're making music, it's not just about you. You're not just representing yourself. You're representing your country. You're representing the genre. You understand? We are, you know, the true ambassadors of this country, waving the flag via music.
Chino McGregor, thank you so much. This person on WhatsApp says, quite another inspirational interview, Kish. I can see Chino and his Big Ship family keeping reggae music alive with long-term, unforgettable music. Large up yourself. It's coming from Ambleton Ray in Horton Grove, Hanover. This person says, this one says, from morning, you can hear that Chino is a very educated artist and he's been around good, authentic music. Keep doing the music and keep the ship sailing. It's coming from Martha the Barber in Augusttown. And Crazy Glue from Hartford in Portland said, look here, love it, love it, love it. Bless up yourself, Chino. Sometimes you have to choose what you want in life and it will become your success. Chino, thank you so much.
Man, thanks for having me. It's an honor. It's a joy. Give thanks. And once more, look out for the sound of the ship coming ASAP. Chino McGregor and Stephen the Genius McGregor. Trust me, it's gonna be real epic. And the EP we'll have a documentary attached to that also. So you'll see like the inside, behind the scenes when we're in the studio creating the songs from scratch. So you'll witness all of that process and all of that. So it's going to be special.
And I can give you a sneak right now.
This one dedicated to someone when I know girl. Laugh off of them cause it comical. Look how the girl them pretty like a Barbie doll. And them no have none, them sick with them Tylenol. Really hard man, we come from the tropical. Jamaica, that are the capital. And them no fan that shred like a carnival. I don't know why. Someone don't just go and look up. Look up.
See you on the flip side of this break.
Come and enjoy your Wendy's Dave's Classic, our signature square burger, served hot off the grill with the best ingredients.
The time is...
It is now 1:41.
What would you do with extra cash?
Plan a trip.
Overhaul my wardrobe.
With CIBC First Caribbean, you can get comfy with savings on your mortgage cost. Buy or build your home or switch your mortgage to us and get up to $1,000 US off the loan application fee, up to $500 US off home insurance, up to $250 US off valuation cost. With up to $10,000 US towards switching cost, your pockets will be comfy too. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/getcomfy for more information. Conditions apply.
Boxing, a very culture. Better never know a boxing. Turn up the room full of vibes when your friend them show. Get ready on October 7th as Jamaica Boxing Board presents another round of Ray and Nephew Fight Night. Return Glory. Watch as welterweight Akeem Allen faces Daniel Hilter alongside 5 amateur undercard matches and 3 exciting professional matches in Jamaica's biggest boxing showdown. People